Hello.
Hello! It's a Wednesday. It's 7:30-ish. And you're here joining us here at the dasourcewall. I
Yep,
nearly
yep.
good, but it's not.
How's everyone doing today? How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay. A little
Yeah.
ill, but just going through the week. We're getting there.
Yeah, it
What about yourself?
is. Say again?
I say, what about yourself? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy. It's I think I said this last week, but it's like wedding weekend and
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh, that's good. That means you're getting just bear cake. That's good. Where's mine?
bear cake, bear yeah, alcohol, bear love, bear crying, bear everything.
Oh, man's just avoiding that bouquet at all times. Okay, he's not ready yet. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Well, we are here Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. Hi, everybody in the chat room, whoever you are, and everybody listening. Issue 37.
Yep. 37, man.
37. Okay, let's get it cracking.
Cool. So I've been reading a few things this week. I've actually managed to read quite a couple of books. I won't go too deep into it, but
Okay.
a few of them I've really enjoyed. It's Immortal Hulk,
Oh,
issue
okay.
5 and 6.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty good actually. It's been pretty good. It's like Banner kind of he's pretty much dead, really.
Oh, okay.
Um, and basically he's kind of he lives during the day, and at night the Hulk comes out, and
Okay.
they're kind of going through the wilderness, different counties and stuff, and kind of fighting mystery crimes. It's like a proper
Ooh.
horror book at the moment. And issue 5 is a continuation of what's been happening. Windigo has been Windigo from Alpha Flight.
Okay.
He's kind of caught up with the Hulk,
Okay.
and there's some mystery going on between him. He kind
Mhm.
of, he's, if you don't know, Windigo was possessed by another being.
Mhm.
So but now that being's not inside of him.
Okay.
So, but even though that being isn't inside of him, he's kind of always, because he can change back to human form or go into the Windigo form.
Ah. I
So
hear
yeah,
you doing a bit of walking over there, like.
yeah, it's been pretty mad because sorry, it's not Windigo, it's Sasquatch. I do apologize, it's Sasquatch.
Oh.
um, so yeah, he can change to Sasquatch or change into his human form anytime he pleases, but he's kind of always stayed in the Sasquatch form,
Okay.
which is kind of a bit weird in a sense that people start asking questions about it. So
Yeah.
anyway, he catches up with the Hulk and they get into a big fight, and it's just those two beefing it out. But then you get to find out there's something else inside Sasquatch, which is very actually personal to Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah. So that fight is pretty drastic, pretty crazy. So I definitely recommend catching up on Immortal Hulk. Because I wasn't really reading the Incredible Hulk with Amadeus Cho,
Mm.
because for some reason I just don't. I think I
You're
read
quick to it.
yeah, he was just a bit too. I don't know. It wasn't really Hulk, and I don't know. It was a book that I could not read
Okay.
out of the list of books I'm reading. But yeah, as soon as Banner comes back, it's kind of picked up because it is actually pretty much like a horror book, really.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I'll definitely recommend that.
Okay.
Uh, the
Horror
other
book.
the other one I've been reading was Thor issue
Mm.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was pretty sick. This one was basically it's deep into the future
Mm.
where pretty much everything's dead except for Thor and Phoenix Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Interesting.
yeah. So they're kind of having a chat and reminiscing about the good old days when there used to be Earth and they were drinking beer and
You died a couple of times, but yeah,
died a
yeah.
couple of times indeed. Um, And then they have a little conversation about the best bars they've been to and things like that. Well, sorry, the best beer they've had in what place. But then Thor mentions that he's revived Earth. So Phoenix Wolverine, or old man Phoenix, starts to get angry, and
God.
yeah, he starts to get angry, and then they start fighting like comics do, like superhero comics do. The good guys fight each other. And then basically it's pretty brutal, actually. It is pretty brutal, and Thor's got this one move that happened in Secret Wars. Actually, not Secret Wars, it was I can't remember whether it was Avengers or New Avengers, but it was a Jonathan Hickman one. It was a pretty sick move, and he kind of did that to old man Phoenix, but has the Phoenix they die and they come back. So
yeah. Oh Lord, okay.
But yeah, it kind of cuts back to Earth and what's going on Earth, and then because basically what Wolverine said is he basically says to Thor that he's an idiot to kind of bring back the Earth, because if you do that, it's gonna someone else is gonna come and come and destroy it. So we go back to Earth, and we see Thor's granddaughters talking and stuff like that, and then suddenly some beings appear, and yeah, it's like Wolverine said, someone comes, but the person who comes it's quite crazy, and I'm definitely looking forward to next issue, because
I'm salivating. I kind of want to know, but okay.
I kind of don't want to spoil it, because
don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it, because it's a pretty sick character, and you're like, what the hell?
Okay.
I'll give you a clue though. It's a character that I truly love.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
if you watch the show, you know who you truly love. So
yeah, exactly. If you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you just gotta go and read the book. I'll definitely say read the book anyway, because it's been sick.
Good.
Yeah. With Return of Wolverine and Mr. Miracle, I also read.
I like this obsession. Well done.
Yeah. Actually, Sean in the chat has it's got some clues up there. I won't say what he said. But no spoilers. But he is very, very close. Yeah, Return of Wolverine and Mr. Miracle. Those two are both excellent books as well. Return of Wolverine was kind of a slow. It was just an introduction. There wasn't nothing major going on. There was a couple of action scenes, but it's kind of Wolverine seems to be back to his old self, where he's lost his memories. He can't remember who he is. So you've got a lady who's actually speaking to him and telling him what's been happening since he's not since he's been dead, but since he's kind of left the adamantium shell, and what's been kind of happening. So you kind of, as the reader, you kind of get to know what's been happening as well.
Okay. Cool.
And then by the end of it, he knows what he needs to do. He does what he's good at, basically. And Mr. Miracle has been excellent as well. I think this is the penultimate issue, so it's only one more issue, but it's been pretty crazy. Definitely been crazy. If you haven't been picking it up, I'll definitely say get the trade paperback for this. Tom King, even if you're not really new to, if you don't know Mr. Miracle, because I didn't know Mr. Miracle before this either, so I think it's a great introduction. It kind of gets you to know what his character is. It's got great character development in there, which I love in my books. So yeah, pick that up, definitely. All right. How about yourself? What have you been up to?
Well, obviously I've been knee deep in the Crunchyroll streaming service.
Yeah.
But I've been exclusively watching Attack on Titan. We're on season 3, and it has been a slow burner in a sense of first season was a combination of what the F is going on, who the F is that, what the fuck are they? Like, that's all you were saying in season 1. Season 2, there were Titans all over the place. They were just there, eating everything. Cats, dogs, birds, everything. And you were like, no one's going to survive. And this season is very much story-based. So we're going back. There are hella flashbacks. We're finding out who did what. We're finding out how things came to be. We're finding out all of this stuff. And as
so
most
they kind of go, because I've surprisingly not watched Attack on Titans. So are they kind of going back to say how they got into, because from what I understand, they're in a locked off city and you've got giants on the other side. So is that what this season is kind of doing, explaining what the history of that is?
Yeah. So
right.
It's more or less breaking down each character and how they kind of came to be, and
right.
you know what I mean, their kind of individual stories and how it all ties in with this whole Titan infestation kind of thing.
Okay.
Which is good. Obviously, at some point you have to do it because there are questions that need to be answered. But I feel like since they've been giving us Titans like for 2 seasons, and then in this one you're like,
there's not much.
There's a Titan, and then
oh man, I hate that.
It's almost like you're waiting for one kind of thing.
But if they've got, because I'm assuming they've got like an idea of how far they're going, because that's the thing about with me as well, like watching TV series as well, is like if they've got a set amount and they know that they're doing good, it's always like the 3rd season, the 4th season. If it's like 5 seasons or 6 seasons, the 3rd or 4th season, they kind of go down because they're trying to develop a lot of story in there. So you don't really get that much like old school action that you did to get in the season 1 and 2.
And I've taken like a double risk as well, because they changed the animation, because it's still action packed and like the animation, but they've changed how they've drawn the characters.
Oh really?
So even that is obviously you're seeing it differently.
The
characters feel different, and then obviously the story is a little bit slower. So it's like, if the story wasn't as good, more or less, like obviously I know that the manga's going to be better, but like if the story wasn't as good, I feel like a lot of people would have dropped off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like kudos to them for keeping you going this long. Yeah, but it's good, you know what I mean? And I really liked how, you know how like in most TV shows you've got the protagonist and they're like, I can't do this, it's too much. In this one it's like it's the same, but everyone around him is like, get the fuck up and
just do it.
They're really harsh with him, and I'm like,
yes!
like to the point where there was one scene, like I won't spoil it, but there was one scene where the main guy, he's chained up and someone's trying to save him. And he's bawling. He's like, I can't do it. And the girl, like, who saved him, she's just like, shut the hell up. Just get on with what you need to do. Like, I'm just like,
sweet.
And it's
nice.
So, yeah, no, it's good. It's got, like, I feel like it's got a lot more comedy in there. And a lot more of the characters are a little bit more savage than I thought, which I like. So that adds more to the drama of it. But, yeah, there's a good couple deaths in there. So... hang on, people. Just hang on. I know it seems like, oh my God, I'm never going to see a Titan again. But you are. Just keep watching. But so Attack on Titan is doing well. Yes,
that's on Crunchyroll, right?
Crunchyroll. I am watching it on Crunchyroll because they're good and they don't give me no adverts. But you can watch them with the adverts, but I don't like it. So that's fine.
Nobody likes adverts.
Nobody.
But you still make them.
Yeah.
All right. So on the pull list today, there's a few good ones. One that I was looking forward to actually was Heroes in Crisis.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the issue 1 of 7 is out today.
Okay.
There's a new kind of crisis threatening the heroes of the DC universe, ripped from real-world headlines by CIA. Right from real-world headlines by CIA operative turned comics writer Tom King. How does a superhero handle PTSD? Welcome to Sanctuary, an ultra-secret hospital for superheroes who've been traumatized by crime fighting and cosmic combat. But something goes inexplicably wrong. Yeah, just like what I just said. When many patients wind up dead, with two well-known operators as the prime suspects, Harley Quinn and Booster Gold. It's up to the DC Trinity of Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman to investigate, but can they get the job done in the face of overwhelming opposition?
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And I think that's one thing that comics don't really concentrate on, that kind of thing, do they?
Kind of the mental health of
our superheroes.
Yeah. But that's funny because that almost sounds like that's a gateway into going into Arkham. Because like, imagine if a superhero went crazy because they couldn't take it, and then they left, and they ended up in Arkham. That'd be hard. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yay. Well done, DC.
I wouldn't be surprised if like the second volume would be about Arkham as well. Actually, that's a quite good touch that you mentioned there.
Look out for that one.
Yeah, definitely. So the second one would be Man-Eaters. That was your one, right?
Yay!
So Eisner nominated and New York Times best-selling thriller writer Chelsea Cain returns to comics with a new ongoing series. A mutation of toxoplasmosis causes menstruating women to turn into ferocious killer wildcats, easily provoked and extremely dangerous. As panic spreads and paranoia takes root, the fate of the world rides on the soldiers of one 12-year-old girl, part cat people, part The Handmaiden's Tale. Man-Eaters will have everyone talking, from the creative team behind the Eisner-nominated series Mockingbird, writer Chelsea Cain, artist Kate Nemzik.
Please can that be the name of this podcast?
Colorist Rachel Rosenberg, letterer Joe Caramagna, and joined by Leah Materniqui. Ah, man, these names.
It's Wednesday, don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, that actually sounds quite sick.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Good. Yeah. I swear all of my picks are like, they have to smoke weed to fight aliens. Now
yeah. Yeah, last week it was smoking weeds. This time it's
top weird ones from me, people. It's fine, don't worry.
Yeah.
Good stuff here at the Source Wall. Okay, there we go.
Number 3 is Doomsday Clock, issue 7.
Oh, yeah. How is this going?
It's going all right, but it just takes too long to come out, man. I'm forgetting what happened in the last one.
Okay.
I think the last one, it had to do with the Joker, I think, with Mime and the other lady. I forgot her name. But yeah, this one by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank continues the groundbreaking miniseries, bringing the world of Watchmen into DC. In this chapter, the truth behind Dr. Manhattan's curiosity with the DC universe is revealed as the planet tethers on the edge of the super war. So I think this one's probably the one issue where we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for Dr. Manhattan. We haven't really seen him yet. Okay. It's been 7 issues and probably 12 months of waiting.
Wow.
So
I feel like it's time now.
It's time. Yeah, it's definitely time to see some Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
yeah. Cool.
Nice.
And actually, I should have noticed. Actually, I was in Forbidden Planet, and they just released the Ozymandias and Dr. Manhattan action figure.
Okay.
Pack. So that's straight up been been a clue to Dr. Manhattan coming. The other one, number 4, is Marvel 2-in-1. The next of kin concludes here. Ben and Johnny's final stand to reclaim the name Fantastic Four. So if you don't know, Marvel 2-in-1, this one's issue 10 as well. Marvel 2-in-1 has been a story of basically the Fantastic Four. Sue and Reed hasn't been around, and the kids hasn't been around because of what's happened in Secret Wars. Johnny and Ben has been losing their powers because they've been away from the two for so long, and for some reason they've started to power down. So what they decided to do was go to the different multiverses to see if they can find Sue and Reed. The thing was, Ben knows, or he appears to know, that they're both dead, but he doesn't want to break Johnny's heart, so he tells him that they're still alive. So he kind of they kind of go off to try and, in Ben's mind, go off on a mission that doesn't really mean anything because they're not going to be alive anyway. But yeah, that's it. It has been really good, actually. It's been really good. The only thing was, as you know, I think it was the week before, actually last month, the new Fantastic Four book came out. So we have actually kind of seen what they've been up to. I think it was last week or the week before the last issue of Fantastic Four. We kind of know what happens.
Yeah.
Whereas I think this one tells you how they've, because it didn't really explain how they got back together.
Yeah.
So I think this one would actually, well, I'm hoping it would. I haven't read it yet. better let us know what's been going on with them.
You turn to the last page. It was all a dream. You're like,
no, it was all a dream. Number 5 is Spidergeddon. Spidergeddon is here. The end of all spiders doesn't exclude the star of the most anticipated video game of 2018. Marvel Spider-Man is out September 7th, 2018, exclusively on PlayStation 4. He makes his Marvel Comics debut on September 26th. How does he enter the Marvel Universe, and what role will he play in the final chapter of Spider-Verse? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been playing Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4. It is a sick game. It is really, really good. Definitely recommend it.
Now? Like what part
I think I'm 53% done.
Okay.
Around that much. I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that includes. I think it includes the. Because you got extra missions as well. You got like side missions. It's a bit like Grand Theft Auto, where you can do like taxi missions, stripper missions, bank missions. It's a bit like that, but obviously it's Spider-Man. You can't. You can't steal a car and get a hooker. Yeah, or go to a strip club.
Spider-Man go to a strip club. There might be, information in there. Come on.
That would be a realistic Spider-Man game. Right? But yeah, the side missions, you can do quite a few side missions. So I'm not sure if once you've done all the side missions, that would mean you've done 100%. So I think I'm kind of. It feels like I'm kind of getting closer. Probably like another 20%, 20-30%, and then I'm done with the story mode. But yeah, it has been really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely recommend that game.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That the kitty?
Yeah. I don't know where she is, but she's making quite a lot of noise. And like, what?
There's something in the house. She's on the hunt. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. As long as it's not a ghost. Yeah.
Oh dear. Bye, ghost. Go away. Go away. Yeah. Go.
So, number 6, Black Panther, issue 4.
Nice.
Oh, there she is. Issue 4. The Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda continues. This book has been good, by the way. It's been really good.
Okay, cool.
Rebellion among the rebels. When M'Baku rises to lead the Nameless, he will advocate for a new strategy in their war against the Empire. One that goes against everything T'Challa believes, but M'Baku's plan could save lives. And without his mantle, what power does T'Challa have to fight for what he knows is right? It's different. I kind of still not really 100% sure what's happening with how T'Challa and M'Baku got to where they are.
Okay.
It's not really been explained yet, so I'm still interested in that sense. But overall, it's been a pretty decent story.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. That's why it's on the pull list. But and the last one, which was recommended by Kieran, who's not actually here, was Batman Kings of Fear issue 2. I assume he's been reading it.
We hope so.
We hope so. We hope so. But yes, he's not here, but he's recommended it for you guys to read. So Scarecrow is on the loose in the streets of Gotham City, and Batman must drag him back to Arkham Asylum. To make matters worse, he douses Batman with the strongest batch of fear gas in his arsenal, turning the city Dark Knight detective protects into his worst nightmare and enemy.
Ooh. I feel like Scarecrow needs to have another like trick up his sleeve by now, because he can't always just dash scare poison at people.
Chemical attacks. It's like it's a one-trick pony, man.
Yeah, I'm like, can you have something else that I don't know, like I don't know, where you've actually found a way to like turn your hallucinations into actual things, like turn people into like so you throw the sorry, this is a big tangent, sorry. So you throw the poison on someone, and then you watch them and you're like, all right, they're scared of like rats or something, and then you turn someone into a giant rat. Something we need something else. Come on, like. Well,
he kind of makes you think that you're a giant rat or something like that.
Oh yeah, there you go. That would be sick. Then you're trying to kind of kill yourself. That might be a bit too dark. Sorry, okay, don't do that.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of too dark, I also read Batman Dammmmmned, which is now going to be called. Not sure if you guys been reading Batman Dammmmmned.
Oh dear, how's that going?
The book was good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got some extra bits in it, like proper extra bits. So yeah, if you don't know, DC Comics has they've basically censored the Batman Damned digital version. Because there's a couple of panels where you can see the Bat-Dong. Literally, it's in the shadows. It's not really blatantly there either. You kind of have to squint your eyes, and the only reason why people kind of know, well, it's been going viral and stuff like that. So, but the reason why they kind of censored it on the digital copy was because they can't really know the age of people who are buying the digital copy.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So this book, if you don't know, is part of the what was it called again? 1 second, it's Black Label.
Yeah. Boom.
So it's part of the Black Label. Like we said last week, the Joker's dead. Batman's kind of trying to figure out who killed him.
Can you show the panel?
I can't show the panel, otherwise YouTube would probably ban us or something like that. But yeah, you can't see it in the digital copy. In the book copy, those actually sold out. So and they've got a couple of variant covers as well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good read. Other than the Bat-Dong, it's a really good read. I'll definitely recommend it.
Okay.
If you can find a copy.
Yeah. I feel like there's worse things that they've shown in Batman.
I mean, yeah, I was listening to a podcast, and they were saying, because the guy on the podcast, he has a comic store, and they do like events, and they got the comic early, and it was mentioned there, but there wasn't anything about it. But I think because it's gone viral, everyone's kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of on DC's radar for some reason. And I think on the second print, they're gonna censor it out of the book, the hard copy.
Oh, they're gonna pixelate it.
Yeah.
Just do.
Yeah. Well, not pixelate, but just because it's in the shadows. You could just see like a silhouette of it. So yeah, I don't know why they would do that. It's weird because it's a black label. You know it's gonna be some swearing in there, some blood in there. It's not. It's like Marvel Max. You know, it's for adults, so it's not doing anything really and truly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. There we go. All right then.
Yeah. But yeah, good read. Read it.
Cool.
Read it.
We're here. Dorswell say read it.
Read it. Don't just look at the pictures.
Yeah, don't just flick through and then be like, boom, okay, I'm finished. No.
Yeah. Read the thing. Okay, so that Boom Studios has acquired Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They've got the
Ooh.
license for that. Remember we was talking about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because of Fox being brought out by Marvel. So now Boom Studios has the rights to Joss Whedon's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
They've got a cover out, which looks pretty sick actually. It looks pretty good. It's got Buffy holding a mobile phone and a stake, a dagger.
Okay.
She's outside a school and she's got zombies behind her as well. It's got kind of like a red kind of grade to it.
Okay. Nice.
And it says high school is hell.
Yeah.
Coming soon. Boom. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I never really read Buffy myself or watched many. I've watched a few, but not many of the TV shows.
TV shows were just legendary. They were great. It was so good.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the news for that. I mean, the executive from Boom Studios, Jeanne Safara, she said, I remember watching the premiere of Buffy the Vampire Slayer over 20 years ago, and the feeling of empowerment that came with seeing a girl get to kick ass and have flaws at the same time, and to not apologize for who she was. It's an honor to oversee the world for a new generation and to bring them that same feeling of knowing your greatest power comes from being true to who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's good. But again, we hope that it's not one of those, I don't know, like just rebooting the thing. Just be a nice continuation. Please.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be the book anyway. But as we said previously before, was they are rebooting the series. So yeah, like you said, I hope it's not a reboot. Yeah. Just hope it's a continuation because whenever you say Buffy, you got Sarah Michelle Gellar's face on you. Anyway, there's no way.
It's like saying, "Oh, we're gonna reboot Dark Angel." Like, no, you can't reboot Dark Angel. You could just continue it.
You have to continue.
It's too like cemented in that. So
exactly,
we'll see.
Exactly.
Okay, yay for Buffy though! Woo!
Yep. Whoop whoop. Rob Liefeld says Marvel has increased the budget of X-Men.
Oh.
Since they've done the deal with Fox.
Oh.
So yeah, Rob Liefeld is basically still a freelancer for Marvel. He's got a series coming out with them as well.
Okay.
And basically, yeah, that's what he's saying. He said, here's the deal. He was at the Wizard World Wizard World in Austin.
Okay.
And he was interviewed or on the panel. I'm not too sure. It was a panel. He said, here's the deal. Since the X-Men movies came out and Disney didn't have them, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Marvel kind of turned the volume down on the X-Men for almost 20 years. Now that they have them more, what was told to me is our budget on the X-Men books are back up to what they used to be because now we own them. Yeah. He said, I have a new project in 2019. It's a huge X-Men crossover. It's awesome. Marvel called me up last Thanksgiving and said, we want you to do a big story. Liefeld explained. I said, well, let's see if they'll go for this. And I tried to do something no one has ever done before. So I gave them this pretty aggressive proposal for an event. And I can't say what it is. I can't say what it involves. Got a lot of new stuff.
Okay. All I'm going to say to this is don't dangle the jewel in front of people and then it's some basic origin story thing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see none of that. Okay. Can't be like, oh, I sent them some banging script no one's done this before, shaking your shoulders. No. It needs to be of some top. It needs to be of some top notch.
Yeah, it does.
Like
it does. I mean, there's only a couple of like Astonishing X-Men's been pretty good. X-Men Gold has been all right. Extermination's been pretty good, but that's a crossover event at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, like we said last week as well, X Factor's coming back. Definitely getting a lot more X-Men book. I just hope, like you said, I hope they're bloody good.
Yeah,
I really hope they're good.
Because this will be like a DC moment where you're just like, this we're gonna do this, and then you watch it and you're like,
nah.
Everybody's 14.
Yeah.
No, please, I beg.
Speaking of X-Men, apparently, well, a teaser trailer, a trailer came out, was leaked. I did kind of find that somewhere on YouTube, but the trailer should be out tonight, actually, sometime tonight. So maybe when we wake up tomorrow being Thursday, the 27th of September, we'll have a X-Men trailer.
Oh, that's
yes.
Talk about geeks. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're probably going to talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah. But damn sure.
Damn sure.
Part bit by bit. Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is X-Men. This is getting into like, I don't know. It's just like that's the one group in Marvel where you're like, come on, you just can't be bad. It's just not possible. But,
yeah.
Okay, before I work myself out, Karen, what's next?
So speaking of things being leaked out.
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, so this is a Joker movie that hasn't got a title yet. It's only literally just started filming. Okay, we've been talking in a group, and yeah, sometimes you can be biased about certain things. I mean, like the Spider-Man, what's it called again? Homecoming. Not Homecoming. The other one, the new one.
Away from Home. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't think of the title right now.
Help us.
Yeah, help us, guys. There's been some leaks of that, but this one, it just seems a bit too much in a sense that one day they're leaking a photo, then literally the same day they're leaking a proper moving video, and then I don't know, it just feels desperate.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, because I'm like,
Far From Home. That's it.
Far From Home. Sorry. Firstly, I'm like, it feels like you lot are saying that this film is finished ahead of time, and you're just like, here's little snippets, but it's not, and you haven't even given it a name. And even if they had just leaked an image, and then that would have been it, I would have been like, all right, cool, this is something to possibly look forward to, even though I'm still very, very skeptical. But like you said, they've got a picture of him dash, you know what I mean? They've got him, and then picture of him dashing the nose, and now he's coming out the tube, and then clown. I'm like, it's too much.
It is. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just, it looks good. It does. I won't lie. It does look good. It does. He looks okay, but like I said, it's like I said to the guys, it's like, it's kind of competition now with the Joker stuff. It's like, let's see let's see what people think about this, and if they say it's better than Heath Ledger or the last Joker that we had, then we're going in the right direction, kind of thing. It just seems like they're so reactive, and we know that they're reactive to stuff based on what they did with Batman v Superman and Justice League. So it kind of seems like they're kind of throwing stuff out there and kind of getting what people were saying on social, and then maybe they'll go back to the director and say, "Oh yeah, people saying this. You need to change that. You need to do this, or you need to go in this direct." That's to me. That's what it seems like they do.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just let us do the movie, because like we're having all the input. Like what are you here for? Like you're supposed to be, what's it, Martin Scorsese? You're supposed to be Scorsese.
Well, his name's on it. Apparently his name's on it, but he's not actually he's not directing it. I think he's kind of like executive producing it.
Okay. Well,
I heard it was like his wife's brother or someone who's producing or directing.
Well, someone in the family's family. You got the Scorsese name brand going there. You said you're big people. Just pull up your briefs and just get it done, innit?
Just get it done. Stop showing us leaks and snippets of things, and just do it, you know?
Because the leaks are all good, but you know when you haven't even heard his voice?
Yeah.
I feel like all this stuff, I'm like, okay, I can forgive because it's just images and whatever. When I hear the Joker voice, if it doesn't excite me or scare me or whatever, I'm tapped out, because that's the one thing about Joker is just like, his image can be whatever, but how he sounds, that's what's going to determine how far you're going with him, like internally, kind of thing. So
Karen's in the chat and he's saying, yo, he says I think actually Sean said he thinks he's producing it, but Karen's saying I think the suit looks all right. I don't think the makeup will be the final look. He needs to fall in that vat of acid. The focus. They should focus more on production and less on leaks. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. You. There we go.
That's it, man. But yeah, like you said, I don't think the makeup is all right, but I don't think it doesn't look final. You know, it really doesn't look final. But although it does look like what was that guy's name? This actual killer clown. No, I think it's. I can't remember whether it was Freddy Krueger or it might be it, but one of these horror films were based on him.
The one he had the little red balloon, and he would take the children under the.
Yeah, but it's actually a real guy who dressed up as clown and actually killed kids. It kind of, his makeup looks like his.
Oh, that's probably where they're trying to humanize.
Yeah. So. I wouldn't be surprised if they went in that kind of direction, you know.
Okay, well, they better. Yeah, like they said, more production, less leaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so next on the list is Marvel Studios has hired a director for Eternals, the Eternals movie.
Oh yes. Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. John Wayne Gacy. That was his name.
What's he done?
Sorry, no. John Wayne Gacy was the killer clown. His makeup looks like. Yeah.
He's not directing.
He's not directing.
No, he's not.
He directed it from hell.
Yeah. Oh my days. Oh,
okay. So sorry. Back to Marvel.
Yes, Marvel.
They've hired Chloe Zhao, and she's been directed to hire the Eternals.
That's nice.
I have not personally watched any of her films, but she is. I wouldn't say she's new because she's been making films since 2008. Okay. I think her last big film was The Rider from 2017. I think it won something last year as well. It's 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. 84% like the film. Okay. I've heard good things about it. Through the grapevine.
Anybody's watched it in the chat room? Let us know what it was like. Like I haven't watched it. So that's to watch. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
She also directed Songs My Brothers Taught Me. I
haven't watched that.
I haven't either. So, like I said, she's not a big, well-known, massive director. But I think that's what they've always done. Marvel. They've always kind of got those low, under the radar directors who's done good work, like Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Thinking of the director of Black Panther.
Him.
Him. They've come out okay. They've come out all right. The film's come out good.
And it's nice to have a director who has fresh eyes on. I think I said this before, that has fresh eyes, kind of obviously a comic book or a kind of geekish subject.
Yeah.
Get into the meat and bones of actually the characters and stuff like that, and then
that's it. Exactly.
Layer with all the fun stuff that we love. So it should be fun.
Ryan Coogler's the name.
Yay, Ryan Coogler!
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this film. I really hope. I think when this comes out, it's gonna kick off something sick. Really sick. So. Yeah. Okay, so a couple more things. I'll do the Ollie's Prison Blues first. This one is from Arrow, season 7.
Man like K, where are you?
I know.
Come on now.
Chat to him about this, boy. The trailer looks sick. It does look good. Ollie's in prison. Obviously, he's hit the people he's put in prison are there as well. There's a new Green Arrow loafing around as well.
Okay. What does the other? What does my other Green Arrow? Not my Green Arrow, but like, what does the original Green Arrow think?
Well, he doesn't know yet. He's in prison. He don't know shit. But it's good. It's looking good, man. I really like it. I think Arrow is probably one of the best thing on CW. It should be coming back on October the 15th, so definitely looking forward to that. I'm just, if you haven't been watching Arrow, then catch up, and if not, watch the new trailer, and I guarantee you that will make you want to watch it, man. Cool. It's just action, fights, and more action, man.
Yay! See, that's what you need on TV.
Yeah. One last thing we need on TV. Which I don't think we're gonna get. We'll get it, but it's not gonna be good. But last thing we need is an 80s looking trans motherfucking formers. And the trailer to Bumblebee movie, I think,
which is fucking, what is it? The robot thing. Carry on. Sorry. The other robot thing. You know what I'm talking about. It's just frustration.
So basically, the new trailer for Bumblebee's come out. And it shows some Transformers, some old school 80s looking Transformers from back in the days, how it should have been. None of this bloody what's his face bollocks of trash cans transforming and not seeing what is happening. And this one is showing a proper style 80s Transformers, and it got me excited. It has got me excited. But Generation 1, thank you. Generation 1 Transformers. Yeah. Original Generation 1. And in fact, it's actually made me start looking at masterpiece Transformers, but that's a hobby I can't start doing.
Do it.
But yeah, it's that's literally the only scenes that are good on that trailer. Everything else looks cute.
So are we watching Bumblebee, aka the Iron Giant, for just that scene?
I would. Yeah. Seriously, I would.
Yeah.
I would watch it just for that scene.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to be one of those where it looks like a flashback scene for one. And for two, it looks like a scene that's probably going to last a minute, if anything. So
what did we do? We just give you our coins so you man can be rich, innit? Yeah. We just want a little bit of just normality and old schoolness.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, it's I don't know. For me, it feels like they shouldn't have went for this Bumblebee movie for start.
No.
What they should have done is just done a whole reboot and did a Cybertron movie and keep the old Generation 1 look. Maybe they've kind of come over and because obviously they look a certain way, they look like human objects. So just do like they did in episode 1 of the Generation 1 Transformers. There's a war going on. They crash lands, and then 100 years later, or 1,000 years later, they come back to life. They do the whole scanning things. Allow the humans. You don't need too many humans in this film, man. Yeah. It's a kids movie, man. It's a kids movie. So
kids like toys.
Kids like toys.
Just giant toys. So
exactly. Just do that, and just have like scenes from what's happening on Earth, and scenes obviously because Shockwave is still on Cybertron. Shockwave needs to always be on Cybertron, and maybe the plot is maybe they're trying to build the gate. What's it? I need Sean on here on the chat to.
Sean, come on now. Come on.
What's that gate called? They used to have like this teleportation system that they can transport to different places.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but every time, even your hand movements, the only thing I can think about is
energon cubes.
You know the gate. What is that gate? The one with oh my god! It's okay. This is a tangent, but you know that Egyptian
space bridge. That's it.
Space bridge. But that Egyptian show. This is an Egyptian show.
Oh no, Stargate.
It's a Stargate with the big one. Yes, and they had the little worldy one, and it was like,
yeah.
I wanted that so bad. I was like, can I have this to go?
Yeah, for real. That was sick, actually. That was sick.
Carry on. Let's get.
No, but yeah, just something like that, and maybe the humans caught wind of Transformers or UFO sightings, and none of this bloody. I got a new car. Let's see this car. Oh. What's this? Oh, it falls off. Oh, this car's a robot. Oh, wow. This guy, I can't tell anyone I've got a robot car. Oh, you're an alien. The government's coming after us. Oh, let's run away. Oh, you're on a secret mission. I'll help you do your. They've done. How many times have they done that now, man? Come on.
Does Bumblebee talk in this movie?
No, he still doesn't talk. Why is Bumblebee talking?
How does he not talk? I could understand if Bumblebee had a vowel silence, but man said in the movies. He damaged his vocal cords, so that's why he uses the radio. And I'm like, but you man, you can fix him, innit? Even when you got the cube the last time.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Cool.
So yeah, they should have just reboot it all the way and stick to the Generation 1 looking Transformers. Everybody will be up for it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's got me excited. But I know that it's going to be a 2-minute segment. If anything, 3-minute tops, 3-minute segment of original Transformers, and then that's it. Yeah,
that's that.
So.
Trash.
Exactly.
Sorry, I love Bumblebee, but this movie's gonna be rubbish. Okay, what's next?
That's it. Actually, that's it for this season. This season.
This season, you know, we're going on hiatus now.
We're going on hiatus. No, we should have probably said that last couple of weeks we was off, but no, we're not going on a hiatus yet. We're still here.
We'll let you know. We'll give you like a post. But
definitely.
Yes. Okay. For joining us, people.
Yep.
Amazing. Don't forget, next month, obviously Venom's coming out.
There was a trailer that just released just before we came online. Actually, it's a little scene with him fighting some soldiers. It looks pretty dope, man. I must say, it does look pretty dope. The only thing that I'm peed off about that scene is that there's a what's it called? A Wilmhurst screen.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a bit too corny.
Yeah, so. I feel like they're in loads of new films now. It's just like that generic scream. I'm just like.
Yeah, it's really blatant. Really blatant as well.
Okay. And we've got Comic-Con next month.
Comic-Con next month, that's it.
Make sure you calm down, come chat to us. We'll be doing fun things and having fun little like competitions and quizzes. You might be able to get a keyring if we have keyring. So yeah. Thank you for joining us here at the Source Wall every Wednesday, 7:30ish. This is issue 37. Peace and
peace.
Ears. Meow. We'll see you next week.
Adios.